and welcome to our channel Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm going to be just playing. I've been out on an out-of-town assignment for work and I don't know what to do. So I thought I would just do some tags, only because it's the way to reset. So there's no pressure. I don't have anything in mind. I'm just going to be making tags and playing with my sprays. So I have a range of Distress Spritz sprays that I don't use an awful lot. So I wanted to use these today. So I'm going to be doing a color combination for this project. Just do a couple of them. So I've got together some fossilized amber, spice marmalade, and barn door. I also went ahead and cut out a variety of size tags from my stash. So I'm trying to use what I have in my stash. So for this, I'm going to use mixed media paper. So this is Strathmore mixed media paper pad. I just found this at Michael's. Nothing crazy. This is a 6x8, which I really like because it's not too big. I don't have to cut this down, but I just went ahead and cut out several styles of tags just to kind of play. I think these are the tags. Oh, no, not this one. Yeah, okay, so these are the Gina K tags. These are just dies that I purchased off of Amazon, so there's no, they're just regular tags, which is what these are. And then this is, if I'm not mistaken, some tags from scrapbook.com. This size here. So I've got a variety, and I did that on purpose just because I love tags. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to use, never used a brayer. I've had this brayer forever and I've barely ever used it. So I'm getting into some mixed media projects and some things like that. So I'm going to use this one. I've used this before. This is just a little stamper. I just made that with some plastic and some thing, just some packaging and some paper toweling. I've got my water, and then I got my heat gun. And I don't take credit for this, but I'm going to use my tray from Tiffany Solaris. Recommended this when I watched one of her prepped for one of her SBC Fest. She had recommended getting this, and I really like it for when I use the heat gun. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's start with, I'm going to start with this small tag just because I want to see how this looks, and then I'll transfer it to a bigger tag. So what I've done is I've made sure that I'm going to do it again. I don't shake my sprayers up and down. I don't. I tend to store them like this, but you don't have to. Remember Tim Holtz saying you don't have to store them laying down, but I don't have the room to keep them up. So what I end up doing is I just roll them in between my hands like this, just to get that pigment off the bottom. See how it's still settled right there? So this one needs to be a little bit more. Because I don't want it to get clogged in the nozzle. It's almost there. And so, oh, whoops. And I've got some wipes. I forgot, because I need to wipe stuff up as I go. See? And then also, I'm putting them in the order that I want to lay them down, because then that way, from lightest to darkest, then I don't have to remember. I need that. I don't have to remember which way to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is just spritz it on my glass work surface. If I can get it open. Oh, is this never been open? Oh, have I not opened this one before? Okay, I've never opened this one before. Alrighty, that makes sense. Okay, every time I go to open one of these, I try not to cut myself. I end up cutting myself. It is not fun. I always like, be careful. So yeah, just be careful, because Brenda always ends up cutting herself. I didn't know this wasn't open. I apologize. You gotta watch me open this. My apologies. And they don't make it easy to open. Okay, there we go. I thought I checked all of them, but apparently I missed this one. Okay. So I'm gonna smush this. I'm gonna do some smushing. So I'm just gonna lay some spray down. And clean a nozzle. And I'm not gonna spritz it with any water. I'm just gonna lay the color down. And I didn't do a lot on purpose. All right. That looks pretty nice. Then I'm just going to put the fossilized amber next to it. And then just hitting it up. I didn't wet anything, so this is just me doing it dry. Just seeing if I like it. Okay, I need to get some color on the top of the tag. It's very subtle. Okay. And I'm going to do the barn door. That's why I wanted to do a small tag first. So what I'm going to do is use this just to pick up the color, just to see where I like it. And then I'm going to do a couple of layers. Let's just wet it up a little. Let's dry it. Whoop. Now, I remember Tiffany saying that if you don't like it, just keep going. I'm going to dry it in between the layers. Just a little bit. Not too much. Let's do it again. Because I'm just going to build up the color. A bit more. Oop, fossilized amber. I keep forgetting to clean these nozzles. So I'll go back through. And then I'll lay down. Now, you could introduce some water, but I'm just playing with the color at this point. Not sure how I feel about it. But you keep going until you get comfortable. This is barn door. It's nice and spritzy. Looks pretty though. I think I'm going to hit it with some water at the end. So my next one I'm going to hit with some water in between. Oh yeah, it's picking up that color. I'm going to dry it a little bit because I got a lot of that on there. Then I'm going to do the barn door. That was not barn door, that was spice marmalade, but that's okay. I got it out of order, but that's okay. It's okay. That's not too bad. I like the using this as like a pouncer, so because you can see where you're putting the color. It makes some interesting patterns. Not too bad. Let's try that a little bit. Then I'm going to flick it with some water at the end. Not too bad. I'm liking it. Got a little bit of white space. It's not too bad. Not too terribly bad. Let's clean that off. Let's get a little bit more barn door on. I'm going to flick the edges. You're just building up the color. So I'm just going to go around and get the edges with the barn door. Oh, yeah. And I'm okay if they all mix together, because guess what? I'm just playing today. There's nothing that I have in mind. Okay. And I think I got too much. It's pulling, so let me grab some paper towel and wipe some of it up. Alright, let's try that a little bit. Interesting. Let me flick it with some water. Let's put some water on it. See if I like it. That way. Got some spots. Oh, not too bad. Nice shimmery background. Very pretty. Very interesting look. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'm gonna keep trying. But what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna let this ruin. I'm going to take the next tab, and then I'm just gonna use it to mop up my ink, and then I'm gonna spritz the ink because I don't want to waste that. I'm just gonna spritz it with some water. And you might like the water look, because I don't want to waste that ink. So I'm just picking it up and trying to use it. And you never know what you're going to get. Let's try it a little bit. This is mixed media paper, so it should do okay. I didn't let that, just gonna let it soak up right there. Give it a few minutes. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can get some of that fossilized amber up. Oh, interesting. Let's put some water. Interesting. So let me swirl it in the water. I don't know if you can tell if I'm having fun or not. It's just interesting. I don't use the Distress sprays a lot, so I'm not sure what I'm getting. But I'm getting something. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Or I'm just making a big mess. I'm gonna try that a little bit. I think you just have to be patient. This is very, oh, I like the veining on that. don't want it to get dry too terribly fast, but I don't want to waste that. That looks nice. Interesting. Interesting look. And I'm not putting down any more spray. I'm just using what's on the glass surface because, again, I don't want to, I'm just trying to mop it up a little bit with the tag. That's pretty. Interesting. Interesting look with the vein right there. And then I'm just hitting it with a little heat. And I'm just splattering it with some water. And just tap it. See if it picks up, lifts up any. Oh, that's nice. Interesting. Two different looks. It's pretty. Alright, let's clean this mess up. So that was fossilized amber, spice marmalade, and barn door. And nothing turned to mud. So this is just a baby wipe. So those are the two I did here. I'm gonna use my baby wipe to clean up my glass mat, and then I'm gonna pick up another 3 tags, but I'm do 2 tags per. I'm just playing, like I said. But you know, look at that. That's really pretty. And then that's different. It looks like marble right there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna set these aside to dry on their own. And let's see, what's the other color combination I'm gonna use? So I'm going to be picking up peacock feather. Yep, peacock feather. Uncharted Mariner. Let's see if I can find that one. Oh, this is not Uncharted Mariner. It's not Uncharted Mariner. Where did the blue go? Okay, Uncharted Mariner. And fossilized amber. You're back in play. Whoops. Okay. All right. I am going to, this one's already been shaken up. All of them have been rolled through. So this time, I'm going to lay down the blues and then splatter with, I'm going to lay down Uncharted Mariner first. Is this the, and then I'm going to splatter with the fossilized amber. These look almost the same. Just want to make sure they're all, make sure top's off. Okay, this is peacock feather. And I might do the lightest for the darkest. How about that? Yeah, I think I'll use that one first. And then I'll put down Uncharted Mariner. Just want to make sure I get that. Interesting. Never done anything like this. I mean, I've used sprays before, but not these sprays. So I'm going to start with the small tag. Again, I'm just going to work on this. And then I'm going to spray it this time. I'm not going to smush it. I'm going to spray, because that's what it's for. So we're just going to keep this up here. Just go through this again. Just make sure this isn't, and then I'm going to spray it. Okay. And then now I'm going to spray down some, do I need to, Let me hit it with a little heat, just kind of dry it a little bit. Got that pool right there. And then I'm going to spray the, oh, let's see, it's still pooling right there. That's droplet. It's not dry. It's still a little wet. So I'm going to spray this. I'm hoping I can spray it. Okay, it won't come out. So just, if I can't spray it, I'll put it down on the surface. Sometimes they don't act right. So let's slap it with some. Okay. Let's see, can it spray now? Nope. Peacock feather does not want to spray. Okay, I feel embarrassed, but oh, don't worry about it. Let's just do what Tiffany would do. I'm not gonna, I think the nozzle is clogged, and I have to look it up to see how to unclog the nozzle. But sometimes you can unclog it this way. That's a lot. It's very intense. That's a lot of color. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's picking it up like I want it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's pretty. It's interesting. But the difference between the spritz, you spritz it and then you just lift it up. And again, no water, straight color. It's very intense. All right. Let's dip it in here. Let's dip that in here. And then I'm going to spritz it again with the Uncharted Mariner. And I'm just going to build up layers of color. No right or wrong in this exercise, in this state of play, as they call it. There's no right or wrong to doing this. You just do you. And this is fun because you're out here on a limb and you're not sure what you're doing. You're just doing what feels right to you. Clean that up. Look at those splatters. Look, that's pretty. And still got some white showing in the background. So now I'm going to pick up some more speckled egg and just put that right on top of that. And again, I didn't let it all the way dry. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. And you notice I'm leaving the fossilized amber for last. Just put a little bit of water. Spray that around. Spritz it and see what I get. Well, I'm liking this one. And you're just building up the color. You can go as long as you want. You can continue to go and build up the color. But now I'm gonna take the fossilized amber and I'm gonna splatter that on. Okay, but I want to take the top, get this plastic off. Now that's gonna be pretty. So I'm gonna take this off and then just splat it. And we'll see what it does. I got a splatter brush. Okay. See if I like the splatters better if I use the splatter brush. Let's put a little water in there. I'm not getting the splatters I want. Can feel it, but nope, I'm not getting the splatters. Sticking to the splatter brush. Maybe I got the wrong one. Okay. Let's put some water in there, see if I can get that to move. Not happy with that. Nothing's coming off this brush. I don't think I'm happy with that. So let's spritz it and see. And I'm I was barely hitting the nozzle. Oh, but it is running. Let's close this up. I'm not happy with it. But it is doing something weird. Can you see it? It's reacting to the water in a weird way. Just don't have any up here. Got some up there. Let's try and see. Just a hint of color, maybe. Should be fine. I'm definitely gonna let this do its thing. Bring it up so you guys can see it. It is turning out pretty nice with the water at the end. That did turn out a little, not what I expected, but actually pretty nice. That's not necessarily what I had in mind, but it's just a hint of that amber in there. Oh, and this is really, I really like it. Do I have anything else on here? Nope. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe I got the wrong type of splatter. Oh well. I'll just clean off this guy. I don't know if it was going to work or not. You just got to try. Oh. Oh, let's do this. Let's see. Pick up that. Oh. Let's see if this will work. Ah. Oh, wow. Look, I got some right on the edge. I've never used this like this. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks nice. Looks prettier in person. I got some around the edges. Okay, well, that's tag number 3. Let me do another one. I'm going to use this one. So I think I'm going to use this one to see if I like it. Okay, so let's start with peacock feathers again. Let's get this bad boy. Since it doesn't want to come out of the sprayer, and this may fix it or not, I don't know, but I've tried that, and then once you get it all out of the nozzle, the little hosey holes, it'll do its thing. So we roll up my sleeve. I'm just gonna pick that up. No water, no nothing, just on my brayer. I've seen Tiffany do this, so I'm trying it. Okay. No, that's not too bad. Let me hit it with a little heat. Lock in those colors. So that was peacock feathers. So let me drop some. Well, now you don't want to spray. Uncharted Mariners. Drop that down here. Not sure what I'm doing wrong with the spraying, but this will work. Clean my nozzle. Could just be the nozzles backed up. So I'm just gently. Oh, well, that's intense. Oh, I like it. So you guys can see it. Make sure you can see it. Interesting. Looks like the same color to me, so maybe I just did Uncharted Mariners twice. I'm not really paying attention. But interesting. Guess I could pull it over here so you can see it. Now, I'm not cleaning the brayer or anything. I'm going to clean it off when I finish. But that's an interesting look. So is this peacock feather? Let's do peacock feather. That's peacock feather. That's Uncharted Mariners. So let's pick up both of those colors at the same time. Okay. This way. That way. Oh, you get a different look. And you know, I like the stitching because you know how the stitching is catching the color into the stitching. Oh, really nice. Okay, I want to build up some more color but I like that some of it is covered, some of it's not. Pretty. Let's put a little water in there. See if I like it that way. Let's reactivate the color a little. Again, I'm just doing me. I'm just playing with what I got. Oh, nice. Actually reminds me of stonewashed blue jeans from back in the day. That's what it reminds me of. Let's see, can I spritz this on there? My nozzle's looking weird. Let's clean this up. Try to keep it tidy. See if you will spray. Yep. Alrighty. And I just splattered that on there. So see? Very different look. And then I'm just going to hit it with the water. Oh, yeah, and I definitely, oh, interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Bring it over so you guys can see it. Interesting. Now, I really did splatter this time. Looks like spots. Oh, that's pretty. I'm resisting the urge to put color on the white spots. My spirit is like, color, color, wait, wait. But I'm gonna leave it like it is. So you really got some spots this time. Oh, different. So two totally different tags using the brayer. And then this is just using everything, but this gives you a real subtle look. It's really pretty. Okay, put that back there. Let's clean up my brayer. I've had this brayer forever and a day. Probably should have put some water on here and did another one, but that's okay. You can always get more spray and buy a new brayer. Wish I had a smaller brayer because this one feels too big for the tags, but this is what I got. Get another baby wipe. I'm going to set up for the next one. I'm going to put you guys on pause and I'll be right back while I clean up everything so you guys won't have to watch me do that. So let me pause you in and I'll be back. Okay, so I've reset. I've cleaned up my work surface. I've went ahead and picked, oh, I was supposed to do these off camera. I'm just going to have to do them on camera. I picked 3 other colors. So as you can tell, I'm doing 3 colors. So I've got lumberjack, plaid, picked raspberry, and worn lipstick. So let me make sure these are all open. I haven't used these. Okay, this one's new, so I gotta open this one. I'll be back. Oh, yeah, I'll be back. I apologize. Okay, sorry about that. Pause. I went ahead and made sure all of them are open. So this time what I'm gonna do for this set is I'm gonna do something different. I am going to spritz the watercolor, the mixed media cardstock first, just with a misting. And then I'm going to spray down, hopefully this will work, some worn lipstick. And make sure I clean my nozzle. So we're going to do that first. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of water, or a little heat, just to set it a little bit, because that does look pretty. I'm not going to dry it completely, but just enough. So it kind of sets where I want the color to be. I'm gonna spritz it again. Then I'm gonna use the picked raspberry. That should be enough. I'm gonna hit it again with the heat gun. That color to move a little. So I'm gonna get that big raspberry to move. Okay, then we'll try. I've never used this. We're gonna try it. Oh, that's intense. 25. Okay. It's pretty intense. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Wow. I just used it. Just opened it. Okay. So, see if I can do it this way. It's pretty intense color right there. how about just pick it up and do the edges? That might work. Okay. So I'm just going around the edges with the, let me spritz it a little. See if I like it that way. Okay, I don't know if I like it, but I'm gonna keep going. How about that? Sometimes you don't like it until it's done. That's really intense. It's a really intense. That lumberjack plaid is really, really intense. Let's see if I can do it like that. Let's add a little bit of water. Let me use my finger. I haven't done that before. Dampen the edges with it. Hey, you got to use what you got. Haven't used my fingers yet, so that's a tool. I'm just dabbing it on there, like I'm using my finger like a dauber. So, but I think what I'm gonna do now that I got that laid down on the edges, I'm gonna go back over it with the other colors. I'm gonna go back over with the other two colors, see if I like that, and lay it on top of this. Let's curl it up. Let's curl it on the other side. Okay. Let's see. Worn lipstick first. So I covered up all the white this time. Couldn't help myself. Let's add a little water. Interesting look, I would say. Interesting look. Interesting look. I'm going to let that still be a little bit wet. I can't remember which color I picked up. So let's just do this color. And while it's still wet, we just splat some of that on top. And it's very, very wet. And let's see what I get. Push that color around. See, it's not moving a whole lot, but it is moving. Flood the zone. That's pulling together here. Interesting look, y'all. Very interesting. Interesting look around the edges. Interesting look. Wouldn't you say? Think I should put some of that. I don't know. I kind of like it. I'm gonna let it do its thing. But it's an interesting look around the edges with the lumberjack plaid around the edges. A deep, deep, deep edge. I think I'm gonna leave it. I kind of like it with that hot pinky color in the center. Let's do some splatters. Lift some of that color off. I just lifted it up. Okay. You can tinker with it, but you can leave it. I'm going to leave it alone. So that's one. Let's do the same tech colors, but let's use the Brayer this time. So I'm going to start with worn lipstick. So just going to on that, but I am going to wet this a little, just a little bit, and then I'm going to pick up the color. And then I'm going to get it here, get it there. Just moving that color around. You know what? I'm just gonna go. Not sure. Maybe I shouldn't have wet the thing, but we're gonna hit it with the thing. Maybe I'll try it without wetting it this time, because I'm not sure. We'll see. But I get some interesting looks right here. That's going to be interesting. Interesting veiny, maybe? Let's see. I'm just going to try it. Okay. That was one lipstick. Let's see. This is Picked Raspberry. More fuchsia color. Okay, I like it better when I didn't wet it. I'm going to turn it this way and go that way. Interesting. Interesting look. Very interesting. Not sure. Keep going. Pick up the two colors that are left on my. See what I get. Interesting. And I didn't wet it. I decided I didn't like it when it was wet, when I laid down the color. What you think? It's an interesting look. I might not reactivate what's on my. I'm going to try to keep it in the same pattern. I think I like the look of the Brayer. I don't know, something about the Brayer. Maybe I feel like I got a little bit more control. It's an interesting choice. And then that, a little bit of water, get the colors moving. It's an interesting choice. I think this is going to be, I got one more to do, and then I'm done. That's not too bad. That looks different. It's totally different from this. More subtle, more intense. But I actually like both of them. I like this one and this one. I'm liking this better as it dries. Okay, let's clean up the Brayer. I will be back, and then I'll do my last tag for the evening. So my last tag, and then we'll see how, and I'll lay them all out for you. I'm going to put you on pause and I'll be back. Okay, so for my last set of tags, I'm going to be using Twisted Citron, Peeled Paint, and Walnut Stain. So we're going to see how that turns out on this tag. So I'm going to try again the Spritz. And if that doesn't work, I'll use the little pouncer method. But we're going to see. So I'm going to start with Twisted Citron since it's the lightest of the colors. And I did not wet the tag beforehand. So I'll wipe that down. Looks pretty nice. Spray it a little bit so we can get that color moving. And you determine how much water you want to put on there. Let's hit what little heat. I'm going to try to keep it off the surface, so over here, so you guys can still see me. Bring it over a little. There's no right or wrong. That's the good thing about playing with sprays. I'm sure there's some fundamentals, but I'll bring this back in. But I probably have violated every rule there ever was. Okay, and I've really barely depressed the sprayer because that looks really intense. I'm gonna put some water. See what I get. Maybe a little bit more water. See if I can get any movement. Okay, I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to use these two just to build up a little bit of color. That's the Twisted Citron again. I'm not going to spray it with water yet. I'm going to let it dry a little. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing whatever I think is right. Because if you don't experiment and play, how do you know what works for you? I mean, you know. I'm going to do a Tiffany splatter. This is splatters. That like, what I like with that. So I did some big splatters. Okay. Not sure. Bring it up to the light. Just a little bit of that green in there. So now I'm going back with peeled paint. Yeah. And then I haven't used the walnut stain yet, but I'm about to. And I'm barely impressing that. Barely. Like barely pressing the nozzle. Just to get those nice green splatters. This reminds me of a forest. Now I'm gonna hit the edges with the walnut stain. Then I'll take my hand and splat that around. that. Hit that with some water. Interesting. With the hand, your little finger. Guess you could do it with a dauber too. And I'm going to do this all over again because I don't have my color built up like I want. And that's the beauty of the sprays. You can just keep spraying until you get what you like. Looks like speckly. It's really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to hit just this corner and then just this corner with the Twisted Citron. And no water this time, just pure color. So that was Twisted Citron. This is peeled paint. So I'm going to try to keep that in the center. And again, no water, I'm just going to hit it. And see how that's kind of has nothing there? So I'm going to try to stay away from that area. So I'll have a little bit of light on that corner. Oh, it's really pretty. Different angles. I'm going to bring it up so you guys can see it. So that was peeled paint, and I'm going to hit it with the walnut stain. And then I'm just going to stay in this area, but I'm going to leave that kind of nothing there. Wipe that off. Oh, wow. Look at that. That color got intense. Got deep. Oh, wow. That's interesting. But I'm keeping that kind of white. Look at that. Oh, wow. Tiffany was right. You just got to keep building up the color till you get something unique. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that interesting? Get that hint. Can't really see it, but if I turn it in the light, you get that hint of green back there. That's really nice. I think this is like my favorite color combination. Oh, look at that. Alrighty. Oh, I'm liking that. I think I got to do one more. I'm being, oh my God, this is going to be a long video. But I can't stop. I got to do one more because I'll have two of each. So this time, I think I'm going to go back to the color smooshing. So I'm going to use whatever's on my matte glass surface. And then I'm just going to do that. Very subtle. Get a different vibe. Get a real different vibe. So I'm going to go back to the Twisted Citron. Clean the nozzle. And I think I'm just going to pick up that color. I started with this technique. I'm going to end with this technique. I'm just going to get that color to run a little. Oh, can you see the color running? Over here. Hit it with the heat gun. So that was the Twisted Citron. So I used whatever was on the glass surface. So it was all three colors mixed together. And then now that's the Twisted Citron. I'm going to let that kind of dry. It's not all the way dry. And then I'm going to, the borders with whatever is on there. I think I like it better when I spray it on, but all right. So I'm going to hit it with some water. Now I'm going to swirl it in the water. How about that? I'm just going to swipe it across. Interesting technique. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm just swirling it around in the water. I'm just swiping it up. How about that? And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just picking up what's on there. And then I'm going to spritz it with the walnut stain. See if I like it like that. Okay, I gotta resist the urge to fill it up because I feel like all the white space should be done, but I'm gonna leave it finished. I'm gonna call this finished because my head is cover all the white. All the white has to be covered, but you want to leave a little bit of white. This is a long video, so I do apologize. But if you've stuck with me, please like, comment, and subscribe because this is fun. You can go hours and hours just losing yourself in the color combinations and try different things. So this was vastly different than this with the different techniques. So that was peeled paint, Twisted Citron, and walnut stain, and you get a different effect. I just was swiping that up, but that looks really pretty. Okay, then these two are the different techniques, but this is the Pick Raspberry, Worn Lipstick, and Lumberjack Red, using the Brayer method, and then just whatever I did for that one. I have to go back and look. I can't even remember. This one is Peacock Feathers, Uncharted Mariner, and Fossilized Amber. And I have to say, I really like the effect because this one's got like, looks like little spots and dots when you turn it in a certain light. And then this one is just really pretty. And then this one was the first one that I did. This is just basically the Spice Marmalade, Fossilized Amber, and Barn Door. So that's pretty nice. So those are the tags for today. So thank you for your support. I'm going to clean it up. And if you like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.